Hi, I'm Rebecca Shake from Flourishing Childhood, and I'm going to share some more insights about tears and tantrums today. I'm going to be leading a one-day intensive at the West Norwood Library and Picture House Community Room next Sunday, the 26th of May, so do come along if you want to delve deeper. I sent out a poll recently just to think about, parents to think about, how they felt about crying and tantrums and raging. So I got some fantastic responses, and I've already shared about the broken cookie phenomenon. This is when children cry over apparently nothing. But today I'd like to think about what to do when our children have tantrums. Some parents said they knew that they needed to do something, but they just didn't know what to do. So today I'd like to focus on when our children are coming to us with some really big feelings. So the sort of really angry ones, the aggressive ones, the ones where they maybe want to bite and hit and do all the things we really don't want them to do. So I would like to share a resource that I learned on an amazing workshop I attended last year by a lady called Maggie Kline. She wrote a book called Traumaproofing Your Kids, along with Dr Peter Levine, who developed the somatic experiencing technique. And during the workshop, we looked at some amazing things to support children. But one thing she shared was the anger two-step dance. So today I'd like to share that with you. Something you can use when your child is having a really angry tantrum. So listen out for the two steps. So starting off, you take a step back. So it could be metaphorically, it could be physically, but you take that moment to step back. The next part is you get your oxygen mask and you, it just always makes me take a deep breath. I think I'm going to physically do that from now on. But it's simply about feeling your feet on the ground, noticing your breath, maybe looking around you in your environment so that you can access your thinking brain. Because at that moment, your child cannot. They are in their reptilian brain and they cannot think through their feelings, talk about them, express them. They are just letting them out. And we can support them in this way. The next thing we could do is make an empathy statement. So simply say, gosh, you're so mad at mummy because she made you leave that play date and you really didn't want to leave. I can see how cross you are. And then take another step back. So this again could be metaphorically or it could be physically. My daughter has this habit of gargling with her spit when she's having a tantrum, which I find really hard to deal with. It really triggers me, so I have to take lots of steps back, and sometimes I actually have to remove myself from the situation until I'm ready to come and support, which is okay. But if you can, stay. The next part you can do, or at that moment when you're taking that step back, is also check your posture and check your face. Not even during a tantrum today, but at the dinner table, I took a moment just to think about what I was doing, and I was like, oh. I was like so tired and exhausted, and like I just couldn't deal with children anymore. So I don't want my children to feel that. Of course, we should be tired, but we can make a change to our postures and our faces and get them to bed early. So it's really important just to make sure that you're not frowning at your child or towering above them. So just check your posture and your facial expressions. The next thing you can do is state what they're doing. So you could say, I can see you're so angry, you're throwing pillows all around the lounge, but I'm really worried you're going to knock over that glass vase. You were not allowed to throw the pillows. And I'm going to stop you there because you can give them an alternative. But sometimes that's enough for my daughter to, when she has that limit, to then just break down into tears and to have a big cry, to let it out in that way. She also might not want to stop doing that and lie on the floor and have a massive tantrum, and that's okay too, as long as she's not damaging anything, as long as she's having the tantrum and letting it out in a safe way. The next thing you could also do is try and help them repair or to save face. So you could say, you're so mad, perhaps we can get that pillow and you can push it as hard as you can at mummy and try and push her over and see if you can push her into the couch. which we actually did. A few days ago, my daughter was really cross. I'd collected her from the childminders, and she was also very tired, and she was trying to spit at me and various other things. I set the limits until we got home, and then as we got in, she picked up some leaves and threw them at me, and I went, "Oh my goodness!" And she started laughing, and then we had this game where she threw leaves at me to knock me over, and then it turned into pushing me onto the couch. So it's just really supporting them to release these emotions through either crying, through raging, or through laughter. So I hope the two-step technique helps a little bit. It takes a lot of practice. I certainly don't get it right all the time, and I've got a cold at the moment, and I'm tired, and that makes it even harder. So make sure you take care of you, so it makes it easier taking care of your children. So if you want to find out more about what I do, you can visit my website, www.flourishingchildhood.com, and I hope to see you at a workshop soon. Thank you. Bye.